1 week ago, the entire football world wrote him off. 25 touches. No shots on target. Peripheral. Invisible. Outpaced by defenders half his age. A 41-year-old who, one pundit said on live television, had been left behind by the game itself. The criticism was savage. The headlines were worse. People who had spent 15 years debating whether he was better than Messi were suddenly asking a different question. Should he even be starting? And then on Tuesday night in Houston, exactly 7 days after the worst match of his World Cup career, Cristiano Ronaldo walked onto the same pitch where all that doubt was born, scored 2 goals before halftime, and broke a record that had been set just 48 hours earlier. A record set by Lionel Messi. 1 week, 1 redemption, 1 brace, and a record that now belongs, at least this one, at least tonight, to Ronaldo. Portugal versus Uzbekistan. Group K. Tuesday, June 23rd, NRG Stadium, Houston. Cristiano Ronaldo surpassed Lionel Messi's record to become the oldest player to register a multi-goal performance in a FIFA World Cup match, achieving the milestone with a brace during Portugal's 5-0 win over Uzbekistan. The specific record, oldest player in World Cup history to score more than 1 goal in a single match. At 41 years and 138 days old, Ronaldo became the oldest player in FIFA World Cup history to score more than 1 goal in a match. He surpassed Lionel Messi's previous record, which was set when the Argentine scored twice against Austria at the age of 38 years and 363 days, on Monday, June 22nd. Monday. Messi set the record on Monday. Ronaldo broke it on Tuesday. Less than 48 hours between the record being created and the record being broken. In the same tournament. In the same city. If football had written this as a script, people would have called it too convenient to be believable. Ronaldo opened the scoring in the 6th minute before Nuno Mendes added a stunning free kick, and Ronaldo struck again to make it 3-0 before halftime. After the break, Uzbekistan rarely threatened, with Portugal continuing to dominate. An own goal and a late Rafael Leo strike completed a comprehensive 5-0 victory. But the scoreline is almost secondary, because the records that came with those 2 goals extend far beyond the oldest multi-goal scorer mark. What Ronaldo did against Uzbekistan added multiple chapters to one of the most decorated individual careers in the history of the sport. Because the Messi record is just one item on a list that grew longer Tuesday evening. And one of the other records he said is something that may genuinely never be matched by anyone, including Messi. Ronaldo's brace saw him become the first player in football history to score in 6 different FIFA World Cup tournaments. 6. Not 5. 6. 2006 in Germany. 2010 in South Africa. 2014 in Brazil. 2018 in Russia. 2022 in Qatar. 2026 in the United States. 6 tournaments spanning 20 years of international football, and in every single one of them, Ronaldo has scored. No player has ever done that. No player in the 96-year history of this tournament. Not Pelé, not Zico, not Eusebio, not Ronaldo Nazario. The record now belongs to Cristiano Ronaldo alone, and the mathematical reality of the sport means it is essentially impossible for anyone currently playing to ever match it. Ronaldo also became Portugal's all-time leading scorer in FIFA World Cup history, taking his tally to 10 goals. He moved past legendary forward Eusebio, who has 9 World Cup goals. 10. Moving past the great Eusebio, the player widely regarded as the greatest Portuguese footballer before Ronaldo, to stand alone at the top of his country's World Cup scoring history. At 41 years and 138 days, Ronaldo also became Portugal's oldest goalscorer at a FIFA World Cup, while his goal against Iran in 2006 made him the country's youngest scorer in the tournament at 21. He joins an elite group that includes Michael Laudrup for Denmark and Lionel Messi for Argentina as the only players to be both the youngest and oldest scorer for their country at the Men's FIFA World Cup. Youngest and oldest, the same player, 20 years apart. At 21, the youngest Portuguese scorer in World Cup history. At 41, the oldest. The arc of a career so long it has wrapped around itself. The longest gap ever between a player's first and most recent FIFA World Cup goals is shared by Ronaldo and Messi, both at 20 years and 11 days. Even in the record they now share, the 2 men are level. 20 years and 11 days between first and most recent World Cup goal. The same number. Of course it is. To understand why Tuesday night felt the way it did, why Ronaldo's celebration carried extra weight, why the stadium in Houston erupted the way it did, you need to understand what the previous 7 days looked like. June 17th, Portugal versus DR Congo. Kansas City. Portugal's World Cup opener. Portugal were held to a 1-1 draw, the fourth time in 5 World Cups that they failed to win their first match. Ronaldo was a peripheral figure. His 25 touches were his fewest in a game at a major tournament for Portugal when playing a full match. The contrast with longtime competitor Lionel Messi was stark, the Argentine having hit a hat-trick a day earlier to give defending champions Argentina a 3-0 win over Algeria. Messi hat-trick on Sunday. Ronaldo invisible on Tuesday. The GOAT debate, which had been raging for 15 years, suddenly looked like it had a definitive answer, and it was not the one Ronaldo fans wanted. Former France striker Thierry Henry accused Ronaldo of being selfish on Fox. "The team needs to score, not you need to score," Henry said. An opposition midfielder, when asked about their plan to contain Ronaldo, said, "Not really. We know he's no longer the same player as before and that he's older now." Former Premier League striker Chris Sutton, after Portugal coach Roberto Martinez kept Ronaldo on and substituted midfielder Vitinha in the 83rd minute, said on BBC, "That's embarrassing from Martinez. He's scared to take him off. He's not the manager. The game has passed him by today. The game has passed him by." In English, in French, in Spanish, in Portuguese, across every football broadcast in every country, some version of that sentence was being said about Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo himself later admitted he went through dark times after the DR Congo result. "The criticism surrounding my performance made it feel as if I retired," he said. As if he retired. 41 years old. Still playing for his country at a World Cup. And it felt like the world was already writing the obituary for his career. And then Martinez kept him in the starting lineup. Despite everything. Despite the calls for change, the pundits, the opposition midfielder's casual dismissal. He started against Uzbekistan. What happened in the first 6 minutes will be talked about for the rest of this tournament. 6th minute. Portugal attacked down the right. The ball arrives to Ronaldo inside the box. One touch. Finish. 1-0. 25 minutes later, a second. Portugal 3-0 before halftime. And Cristiano Ronaldo, the man the football world had declared finished 7 days earlier, had already broken a record that had been set by Messi less than 48 hours prior. Despite speculation about tension inside the Portugal camp following the DR Congo result, Ronaldo said the squad remained united. Head coach Roberto Martinez maintained his faith. "It was tough, I have to admit that, but we came back," Ronaldo said. "We came back." 2 words that carry more weight knowing what came before them. Ronaldo also became the second oldest player to score at a FIFA World Cup, with former Cameroon striker Roger Milla still holding the record as the oldest scorer at 42 years and 39 days. Roger Milla, 42 years and 39 days. The legendary Cameroonian who famously danced at the corner flag at Italia 90 and USA 94. The only man in football history who has scored at a World Cup at an older age than Ronaldo has now done it. That record, Milla's record, is 12 months away. Ronaldo's 42nd birthday is February 2027. The 2030 World Cup is 4 years away. He will be 45 by then. Milla's record looks safe. But the fact that the conversation can even be had, that Ronaldo at 41 is being compared to Milla and his legendary late career feats, is its own kind of extraordinary. The GOAT debate will continue. It always does. Messi has 18 World Cup goals and a World Cup winner's medal. Ronaldo has 10 World Cup goals and records that span 2 decades. They are different greatnesses, incomparable in most respects. But on Tuesday night in Houston, Ronaldo held one record that Messi set on Monday. For 48 hours, it belonged to the Argentine. Now it belongs to the Portuguese. In a tournament where the 2 greatest players of the modern era are both still playing, still scoring, still rewriting history. These moments are the ones that remind the world why the debate never ends. Portugal play their final group match to close out Group K. Ronaldo, with 10 World Cup goals and a performance that silenced an entire week of criticism, will almost certainly start. Behind him, 6 World Cups, 10 goals. The record for most tournaments scored in. Portugal's all-time leading scorer. Youngest and oldest scorer for his country. In front of him. One question the sport has been asking since 2006. How long can he keep going? Tuesday night gave an answer. Not forever, but not yet. Stay subscribed for complete 2026 World Cup coverage.